All due respect, I do not want that. I came here to fight with my friends, not give them orders. He denied promotion and more money so he could continue to fight with his friends. Right? That's what he wanted. So he made sure he can go out on this mission. So we're out to this mission on hill number 749. Okay? That's the name of the hill. This hill was a deciding factor of, hey, are the North Koreans going to keep pushing down the parallel? Or are they going to push the parallel back up? Right? This hill was like the deciding factor. If they lost this hill, the North Koreans would have fucking laid waste to everything in their path. Now, he was a 2-1 Fox company. Okay? Some of you infantry guys will probably, some of you guys might end up in this unit. Okay? If this dude is a badass, I'm telling you, they're going to have shit named after him in the company. Okay? 2-1 Fox company, remember that. Okay? Now, there's only 2 survivors from this story. Corporal Vittori is not one of them. There's 2 survivors. Right? And both of them said it's a true testament of one's will, what he did. Right? It was a test of will. Not only of the Marines holding the hill, right? Like, do we have what it takes to do this? But even of the Koreans, right? Trying to push up the hill. You gotta think they were running up a fucking hill, trying to make this happen. Okay? It was just a test of human will. Like, do you have what it takes? Are you going to keep doing this? Right? So, it's in the middle of the night, and boom, that's when the battle starts. Okay? Boom, they just start shooting uphill. There's rounds going off the whole time. One of the guys describes it as 100 rifles and machine guns going off at the same time. Like, you could not hear anything. You couldn't tell where it was coming from. It was just happening. Okay? Not only were they being shot at with small arms fire, they were also taking mortar rounds and artillery. Okay? So what that would do would force the Marines to keep their heads down, which means the Koreans could have kept advancing. Okay? Corporal Vittori was in charge of a squad holding the line. He was in charge of 4 fighting positions. Okay? He was in his fighting position, and while he was there, he started to hear that his guns weren't shooting. Right? So boom, he's like, fuck this, I gotta move. He gets up and he moves to fire position number 2. He gets there and he finds out that machine gun has a malfunction that he cannot fix. It broke, like it was done. So he just told them, hey, just start shooting with your rifles. Like that's all you got. You gotta make it happen. Okay? He told the ammo carrier, hey, go back and get this part and come right back up with more ammo and the part to fix that gun. Boom, he rolls over to gun number 3. Right, gun number 3, they're still up rocking and rolling. Then he finally makes it to gun number 4. Both of those Marines are done. Right, both of them gone. So he makes the conscious decision at this point, I am going to run position 4 and 1 by myself. So he's running, making it happen. Okay? Running back and forth between those. He finally gets the part, he fixes that gun. Right? As he's running back to gun station number 4, he notices that gun number 3 had a direct hit with a mortar. Those both Marines are done. Then he gets there, back to his original fighting position. And that guy's name that he was with, his name was Lyle. Okay? Lyle got shot through his arm and it went into his neck. He couldn't see. And he got shrapnel to this side of his face.
Yes, sir.
His face was swollen and he couldn't see. Okay? So, that guy's entire side is like, he was just messed up, right? He was like, so, Tori looks at him, he says, hey, did your left arm still work? He said, yep. He was like, cool. He handed him like a crate of grenades and magazines with rounds. And he said, hey, you load them and you throw the grenades, I'll shoot. That's what he did, bouncing back and forth the whole time. There's one man holding 4 positions and the Koreans were not advancing anymore. He held them there. Throughout this entire thing, gun number 2 goes down again. Right? Both of those Marines are done. He ran back and forth for approximately 4 hours holding the line. Shooting and firing and shooting and firing. Right? That dude Lyle from position 1 threw over 37 grenades. The whole time he's just bouncing back and forth, back and forth. The ammo tech keeps running up and down the hill on the backside, bringing ammo up so he can continue to fight. Now, this is where I tell you it's a true test of resiliency. He gets back to position number 1. He notices that the Koreans stop firing completely. He looks up and he sees that they're all starting to go back down the hill. So he looks at Lyle, the guy that's been shot already. Right? Lyle looks at him, he says, you're hit. He looks down, touches it, and he says, well, there's no one left. I have to keep it going. So It continues running, right? Making sure that the Marines do not get ballsy again and try to come back up. So he makes one more trip, comes back. Lyle looks at him and he looks at him and Corporal Vittori says, we have to make it happen. He goes, you're hurt. You go first, I'll cover you. So they're going to get him off the hill. Corporal Vittori goes up and he's going to start firing so Lyle can make it down the hill. One shot. Corporal Vittori was shot in the face. But he's the reason Lyle and Tom lived to tell his story. Corporal Vittori earned the Medal of Honor for that. That's an event that shows that's a true test of resiliency. Like, one man kept 4 fighting positions up, right? Keeping a wall of fire going towards the Koreans. They probably thought there was a ton of Marines up there. There was fucking one. There was one Marine fighting. That didn't tell you like what the true test of will is, right? Being able to push, right? Like that word guy I told you guys never fucking quit, right? Never fucking quit the whole time. He had no fucking choice to quit. No choice. It was either that or him and Tom and Lyle, all of them would not be here. But instead, he sacrificed everything, right? Kept himself going for 4 hours so those 2 Marines could make it home.
And when he talks about like firing positions, like these bitches were not close. He's talking about like they're fucking on a fucking hill, like fucking running on the back, like fucking long distance. Right, like it's fucking far.
Each fighting position is 25 meters apart, at a minimum.
And when he was going from position to position, that was like getting shot. So he was fucking like legit dodging fucking bullets when he was jumping from position to position. Like that shit is fucking crazy. Like actually, there's the documentary on Netflix right now. If you go I just added it, Medal of Honor, right? He's one of the episodes. So just go and find. I think he's one of the only Marines or a few Marines that have it.
I think there's 2 on there. His is a pretty badass fucking story.
You go to his town, like fucking like they still remember him, like after generations. Like they have schools on their for his name and everything. Like that town fucking knows who it is. The whole fucking town.
Alright, so the next one I'm gonna tell you about, right? He's another corporal. Told you guys did it. They're about 19, 20 years old. Okay. His name's Corporal Blackburn. Who's on a recon contract? I think Godwin is, right? Hey, this dude, like, recon guys fucking love this guy. Okay? So, now we're in Vietnam. Okay? Corporal Blackburn and his recon squad, they're parachuting in. Right? They're supposed to go and they're supposed to hit this hill and defend it. They parachute in, they land, right? Then they realize they dropped us in the wrong zone. The pilot made them jump too early. So they didn't make it to the hill they were supposed to. Well, the Viet Cong saw them land. I mean, there's fucking 8 dudes in parachutes. You can't not see them, right? So they saw this happen. But it was fucking a North Vietnamese, like, battalion. Yeah, that's like 1,200 fucking people.
Oh, shit.
There's only 8 of them. They land. Corporal Blackburn squad leader looks at him.
12,000?
And he says, we have to fucking hold this.
Bro.
We can't, we have to make this happen, and then we have to make it to our original mission. Right? They all hunkered down, loaded up, like had everything set. They were like, fuck, we gotta make it happen, because they could hear them coming up the hill.
Oh, shit.
They're coming up the hill. Guess who looked this up? There's actually some like pretty dope ass documentaries on this one as well.
8
It's not on Netflix.
versus 12,000.
You can find it on YouTube. He goes into nitty gritty detail as far as how it happens, who died which way, how it all went down. At the end of this fight, he's the only one who's not injured, and he has 2 that are unconscious and injured. 2 Marines. He makes the conscious decision of, I will get both of these Marines back. So he makes a litter out of like one of the guys' like shirts and some sticks, and he ties it to his belt, and he puts a Marine on him. He grabs the second one and he fireman carries him. He's 11 kilometers from the nearest friendly unit. 11 kilometers. Like, that is fucking far. Okay? So he's carrying these Marines back. Right, he carries them into the night of that day. He's probably been walking for maybe 6 hours already. Right, it's a pretty rough one. Okay? That night, They stop. He puts them, he hides, stashes them right, kind of covers them up with like brush and giant leaves because they're in the fucking jungle. And he's sitting there. He stays up all night to keep watch. Well, in the middle of the night, he hears rustling in the bushes, right? And he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And then boom, another firefight opens up out of nowhere. He himself and one of those Marines actually came to the conscious again. He had that Marine put his back to a tree and just start shooting. He was running around like getting like contact kills, like stabbing people. Right? Like he was doing some pretty savage shit during this fight, throwing fucking grenades at people, dropping them in like people's pockets and shit. Like he was doing some pretty dope shit.
Pushing them into a group.
At the end of that fight, he was actually injured. I'm pretty sure he'd been shot twice already. At this point, he picks those Marines up. He goes out again. He starts walking. He's like, I gotta get these Marines home. Like I have to. There's no other option. He's walking, right? He's walking. It's middle of the day. It's hot as fuck. Right? And after about another 4 hours of walking, boom, he sees a fucking Vietnamese patrol. Right? 6 of them. There's 6 guys. Actually 7. There's 7 of them. So he puts both of those Marines down, hides them in a bush, right? He gives one of them a pistol and he says, "Look, when I give if I give the signal, you will shoot one of them. No other option." He said, "Okay." So he goes out there, legit just walks out into the middle of the path, looks at them and he goes, this is legit what he tells them. He says, "I have an entire platoon around you. You will either put down your guns or we will fucking kill you." Remember, he's by him fucking self. Like, this could have gone very fucking bad for him. That is exactly
That is balls
I
right
will
there.
fucking kill you all. He gives the signal. That Marine opens fire and shoots the one up front. The other 6 drop their rifles. Like he's really fucking around.
Took the car.
Corporal Blackburn then takes some rope and 6 grenades. Ties a rope out around each one of their necks. And he pulls the pin, and the rope's the only thing holding those grenades close to them. Fucking move, go ahead. Ties that rope to his belt, all 6 of those to his belt as well. Puts those Marines back up. Continues walking.
Yo, he took
Now he has 6 prisoners
Oh my god.
and 2 casualties by him fucking self. About another 3 hours goes by.
That's just
Starts to
embarrassing.
notice that the Marine on the litter, he's not doing too hot. He's about to lose him. He has to make a choice. His choice is, he puts those 6 prisoners in a bush. He looks every single one of them in the eyes and puts a bullet in their fucking head. He takes those 2 Marines, gets them back to his unit, and then volunteers to go out with another fucking squad to continue fucking fighting. I've done many battle studies on Corporal Blackburn. I've done many workout tributes to Corporal Blackburn. Now, this man is a fucking savage. No one can ever compare to these 2 Marines. Holding 4 fighting positions, and carrying 2 Marines over 11 kilometers, and taking 6 prisoners, and making it through 2 fucking firefights with those casualties. They had what it took. And you're never gonna know if you do till you're in the position. I don't know if I have what it fucking takes. I've never fucking been to combat. I wish I have. I wish I've been able to do it. I wish I could tell you everything about it, but I can't. All I can tell you is carry on these stories, these Marines. Live up to their legacy. Don't do anything that diminishes what they've done. That's how you honor that. That's how you make sure you're doing what you need to get done. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Has any questions? Who did all of those stories freak out a little bit? Who's like, oh fuck, I'm scared.
I want to be one of them.
Safe.
There's many stories like these Marines. I had another one I was going to tell you guys, but we'll save that one for another time. Okay? So this is what I got from here. Classes are done, okay? For most of you, you're done for the day. Okay? Now,